I get letters all the time, and I hear from people who have been taken advantage of in financial transactions. And, it really is, it's sad. And a lot of it isn't even, it's not fraud or anything. For one thing, I mean, just the charges involved, the frictional costs, and the baloney that is presented is tough. Charlie and I have had very good luck in terms of buying businesses and putting our trust in people. It's been just overwhelmingly good. But we filter out a lot of people. And then they say, how do you filter them out? I would say, and I think Charlie will agree with this, people give themselves away fairly often. And maybe it does help to have been around as long as we have in seeing the various ways they give themselves away. When somebody comes to me with a business, and I probably shouldn't tell this publicly because they'll probably tailor their approach subsequently, but when they come, just the very things they talk about, what they regard as important and not important, there are a lot of clues that come as to subsequent behavior. And like I say, we've really had a batting average I wouldn't have thought we would have had in the people that we've joined with, but it hasn't been 100%. It's been well above 90, and I get asked that, I mean, how do you make those judgments? And I don't know, Charlie, can you articulate the way we do it?
Well, partly we're deeply suspicious when the proposition is too good to be true. Warren once introduced me to a gentleman promoter who wanted to inveigle us into an insurance program, and he said, "We only write fire insurance on concrete bridges that are covered by water." He says it's like taking candy from babies. We are able to filter out propositions like that.
Yeah, anybody that implicit in their comments or what they kind of laugh about or all kinds of things in terms of the fact, it's so easy, and it ain't that easy, and we get suspicious very quickly. And the truth is we rule out 90% of the times, and we may be wrong about a fair number that we're ruling out. The important thing is whether the ones we're ruling in we're right about. And so we don't mind. We're looking for the obvious cases of people you can trust. The proposals we receive from the investment world, I've got to tell you about one because it illustrates. Go on. We received a proposition the other day, and I'll disguise the numbers a little bit so nobody can pick it out. But it was a private company, and we'll say it was earning $100 million a year. But the seller of the business and the investment banker suggested that we should look at the earnings as being $110 million a year, because as a private company, they had to pay their top people in cash, which was expensed, but we could pay them in stock options and things like that, which weren't expensed or were explained as not really counting, and therefore we could report $110 million if we gave away something we didn't want to give away. But essentially by sort of lying about our accounting, we could add $10 million to earning, and they wanted us to pay them because they couldn't do it and we could do it, and therefore at this point they're losing me, of course, totally. But it's just astounding the accounting games that are played. All the adjustments are why the place will be earning more than before. It's a business. We also had one that came in from a private equity firm, and by a mistake, we got the email that was sent to the manager from the private equity firms that owned it, to the manager in terms of making projections for it. And they told him to add 15% because they say Buffett will discount it by 15% or 20% anyway. So just add 15% to offset his conservatism. It's not an elegant business.